Anyway, I woke up this morning and I saw your painting hanging on the wall. That was the first thing I saw, and both times I said, wow, that is really beautiful. What's the name of it, do you know? I call it multi-dimensional, but that's probably not the title, but it's really multi-dimensional.
Surface.
Surface, okay. I like that because it's like the opposite of what it is, you know, for me anyway. But
That's why I like it as a name, because I see it there. I see it there.
Yeah.
So.
Can
but I see other things there too. So,
right.
I don't know.
Well, you painted the surface, and it was a surface for you, and it's two-dimensional.
It's the surface of something. I haven't really figured it out.
Wow, it's like the surface of the ocean for me, though, because it's just it pulls you deep, deep, deep under. You know, it's just like, even though you see the surface of the ocean, you know the ocean is vast underneath there. Can I have a drink of that? Or? Oh, thank you.
Well, I'm pleased that you looked at it this morning and it evoked something for you. I looked at it this morning.
Yeah.
And I probably frowned a little bit.
No way, honey. It totally just, I was flying when I looked at it.
Well, good.
See,
sometimes I feel like I can't really tell maybe if it's something I painted. Some days I look at it.
Well, honey, I feel the same way.
Days I look at it and go,
maybe we can't fathom our own talent, our own beauty, our own brilliance, blah, blah, blah. And nobody can, because we think we're limited and we limit ourselves, and then when we try to expand beyond that, we can't see how we've expanded or something.
Well, okay, that's not actually as bad as it looks. It's just rusty. I want to check while my backpack's out there. So. Oh, let's see. That's pretty gross.
A hair deal?
Yeah.
There might be one.
Okay.
Let me check. Yeah, that's the one I was looking for.
Oh,
but
really?
Yeah, how about?
Well, I might have one in my backpack.
How about right here? I often have. Well, I guess we must have cleaned stuff out at various points and threw away the nasty stuff, so that's good. But
here, I'll take
here's this one. It's a little guy too.
Decide I really.
Well, we've got one of those right here, hon.
Cool, that's what I want.
You want me to put it up?
Just yeah. Would you put it in
your
your
hair
pocket or something?
Well, you want me to put it in your hair real quick?
I don't know what I want to do. I just don't want to have that in case this doesn't work out.
I'll save
or something. No.
I'll put it in my pocket, and you wear your hair however you want.
Well, am I suddenly
here? Can I hold that, honey?
In the face of like.
Are you gonna drink that?
No, you can.
I just don't want you to set it on that deal and it falls off because it's damn grape juice, honey.
Yeah, baby.
My baby, he's really like keeping me on the ball with this grape juice.
Yeah, actually, I don't want to be the grape juice handler, really.
Well, you're the handler of liquids, and that's kind of funny because why? I mean, you've historically spilled liquids, but maybe everybody does. But does it seem like you've been a person who spills more liquids than keeps them in their containers?
Well, I think I keep them in their containers more often than not. I mean,
well, sure, but I mean, okay.
Spilling over 50% of my drink, so that would really be bad.
What I meant is, as far as how much you do spill drinks, are you more so than other people? I'd say you are, but
I don't know. I don't pay that much attention. Maybe that could reinforce the point you're trying.
I like that. Very honest answer. Anyway, but I think you've gotten better is my point.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, you have to deal with coffee, tea, hot tea, water, and now grape juice. And often you're the maker of the orange juice, honey. So, I don't know. I think you've gotten better. Yeah, we had to sacrifice Willa Cather, the laptop, but so we learned in the process. Right, babe?
Yeah.
I'm just joking. It wasn't. You didn't. It was bound to happen, honey. Either somebody was gonna bash their skull through it, or
Well.
or some liquid was gonna get spilt on it, or it was gonna get thrown through a window, or run over by a vehicle, or lost, or stolen, or, probably just smashed to bits accidentally or on purpose. And so you made it easier. You spilled a few cups of coffee on her. I probably did too, hun. I probably did. I like to blame you for that, but truth be told, it was probably me too. Come on, I don't see my own role in problems. I just can't see it. It's like I just cannot acknowledge my own weaknesses as a human being because it totally fucking sucks to do that. I hate it. You're my scapegoat, honey. Everybody needs a scapegoat. Ironically, I've been the scapegoat many a time.
Probably mine, honey.
Well, that's true, isn't it? That's a weird, even concept. It's like putting all your sins on the scapegoat and killing it, and sacrificing it. But isn't that what they literally did in the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of bizarre. But in the old days, they did that. But that practice probably hasn't really stopped in psychologically for us, But I was going to talk about Pancho Villa. Okay, you were looking at Pancho Villa upside down. I was looking at Pancho Villa right side up. And you saw a whimsical, fantastical, kind of almost swashbuckling hero.
I suppose because it was upside down, I had no ambition to see what the photograph was actually of. I just quite absent-mindedly imposed my own whim upon it.
Did you see those whatevers across the... What's that called?
Yeah, I saw the ammunition
bullets.
belts
Yeah,
that he was wearing
but
over
they
his
have
shoulders.
a name, don't they? Aren't they called like bandoliers or?
Maybe they are. Huh? Maybe they
I
are.
don't know. I think I'm making that up, but it starts with a B at least, I think. But
I like. It could be called bandolier. I like. It sounds like.
well, it does
Sounds
sound
like-
like it.
maybe that's
it, or maybe I
right?
just made that up. And if I did,
Cool.
I would.
If you made it up, that's probably better than the word they're actually using. Huh?
Yeah.
And somebody out there's like, damn it, that was the right word. The dude who writes the dictionary.
Right.
Was like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah. The dude wrote the dictionary, and then we learned words from that. That's cool.
Right.
That's a cool way to think about it. He was like. He's like, hey, what's the word for that? Oh, steering wheel. So he got to name all the words, in the Bible. That's what Adam and Eve did.
Yeah, they named all the animals.
Yeah. Well,
And the trees.
didn't they
and
name
the-
everything? Yeah, they
Probably.
named everything, I think. But sure, and what they had then was animals and trees and plants. But then later, I guess we had to come up with new words for new stuff. But my point is, language grew out of experience, not from a book or not from...
Not because somebody wrote it down in a dictionary.
Or,
like
yeah,
English.
I mean,
They
but
were
like
using it
also
before they
because
started
we
writing
didn't
it
go
down.
around and name everything. Not one person or two people, everybody did. And then they started to teach each other those
Right.
words to be able to communicate. It seems to be me, but maybe Adam and Eve did do that. I don't know. I love the idea of Adam and Eve. It's a cool concept. Really, I mean, doesn't it captivate your
I
imagination?
think it's a great story.
It is.
Yeah.
And it really does shape the way we think in life. But it can be useful because we can be Adam and Eve every day and start over every day. That's what they did. That's not what they did, but they started everything. See, they didn't get to start over after they ate that damn apple, but that was Eve's fault and everybody blames her, and that's not right because, I
don't
mean,
blame
for
her.
one thing, the damn snake tempted her But that's not really I mean, yeah, the snake's always going to tempt her, but it's not just that. It's that, Adam played a role. He did. And everybody wants to deny that.
I think Eve is just straight up duped in that whole story.
Well, she's set up to fail.
Well, yeah.
She's set up to fail from the beginning. Because
Right,
God told her,
well,
don't do this. So then, of course, she's going to go be curious about this always. She'll never have an answer to that question unless she goes and tastes the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
The thing.
Why did they even have it in the fucking garden?
Well, the thing that trips me out about all that is like, okay, prior to eating the fruit, she was innocent, right?
Right.
Isn't that basically what happens is mankind loses its innocence when they eat this fruit, right? They attain the knowledge of that there's a difference between good and evil. Okay.
Well, they start to experience.
But who
good
were
and
they?
evil.
Who were they when they approached the tree? They were innocent children.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
They didn't even know that there was.
Sure, and that's true what you're saying, honey.
They didn't even know there was a choice. So what I'm saying is,
Right,
they were
but
basically.
just because you're ignorant, like even the police say, or the justice system, which is something I try to follow and idolize, not really, but it's an interesting concept. They say you cannot plead ignorance of the law. So, like, if I went and killed somebody, and I was ignorant, because everybody who kills somebody is ignorant, okay? I cannot plead ignorance because I killed somebody. There is actual, real effect of the cause of my ignorance. And this is a terrible, terrible awareness to come to, because in that moment, we're eating the knowledge of the fruit of the knowledge, the fruit of the tree, the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, or the apple.
Right.
We're eating the apple, and that in and of itself is making us aware that we are not innocent. See what I mean? It's a fucking freaky thing. It's a bizarre transformation that takes place the moment each one takes the bite of the apple. Of course we're going to bite the apple because we have to become aware.
So, see, I don't believe the Bible story, you guys.
Well,
I'll just
me
put it
neither.
that
It's
simple.
a mythology.
I think it's wrong.
That's useful,
I think I think it's useful,
In the
but it's a
end,
nice
well,
mythology,
no.
and it doesn't really explain
I want to
reality
explain the
adequately.
end, honey.
All right. Sorry.
In the end, we will come to the awareness of our innocence. That's true. But it doesn't just leap there. Otherwise, there would be no story. There's no process. There is no reason to bite the apple because we already know we're innocent. What we come to at the end is an awareness of our innocence in a real way that comes through the process of experience. That leads me to a concept I've been intrigued with since for some time, and
that makes sense to me.
And it's William Blake's collection of poems called The Songs of Innocence and Experience. And this question has come up in my life and in academic circles I've been in. And I started to ponder it, and I started becoming interested in William Blake. Am I a student of William Blake? No, I'm not, because he deserves somebody to really dedicate their life to the study of his writings. He really does, and I haven't done that, but I would have if I would have had maybe a little more sedentary, calm, stable life. I might have done that, but because I've been very intrigued with William Blake, and maybe I will by the time before I'm dead, study his work more. But what he did was he fought for social justice for children in the Industrial Revolution in Great Britain, London or something, a big city like that, and I'm sure it was London. And he wrote from the perspective of the children, the songs of innocence, what it felt like, the experience of the innocent children. And then the songs of experience were the real realities that they lived in, the slave conditions, slave labor conditions of the factories and the big cities where they were put to work as chimney sweeps, and just the most dangerous jobs they were put. They're not even physically capable of doing that kind of stuff. Children are in a process of their bodies transforming, and I've studied childhood, child psychology, and it's really interesting. I'm not an expert at that either. I'm really not an expert at anything, and that's why I'm trying to say, I only know a little bit about this stuff, but I'm interested in all of it. But physically, children cannot, they don't have dexterity. They just don't have flexibility, dexterity, and the things that they need to be able to do jobs like that. They don't have the physical strength, stuff like that. The immune system built up, anything like that. Adults were being put through excruciating torture, and these children were the first ones to feel the effects of this lifestyle, this new industrial revolution where everything became mechanized, especially people, People were thought of as machines. The constellations were thought of as machines, and that everything is a big machine. And so they were treated like machines, and many of them died and suffered severely in the process. Now that sounds like a cheery subject for our deal, but that's the point. It's through experience that we come to know ourselves and realize that really the negative aspects of our experience and the positive. And then we can come out and maybe create a new world where it's positive, but it's one based on a true understanding, not on a denial or an innocence or an ignorance of the truth, of the darkness, the truth of the darkness. We can't negate it. So what I figured we did is we decided, hey, let's just dive into this shit and figure it out. Oh my God, that was a mistake. And